back to Comic Book Wednesdays, a weekly series where we discuss comic books. We're your hosts. I'm Ian.
I'm Val.
And I'm Shane.
And we're back with our final week of Gambit, at least for now. I'd be definitely interested in tapping into the character again for some more X-Men. But yeah, Al, good pick. I mean, I feel like I found one of my new favorite characters here.
He's awesome. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He's a great character.
Absolutely. Um, I'm curious to see like what other things they can do with him. Now that we've seen the New Orleans angle of him a lot, I'd like to see him in other things and doing other things.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to like explore the character some more.
Yeah, I'd like to get a little flushed out on him. I don't know much more of what I've shown you guys, so I'm pretty much at my knowledge cap of the character. But yeah, I definitely want to go farther and exploring the character himself.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see like what modern comics are doing, like in the last like 5 years, or like
Yeah.
like Jonathan Hickman just had a huge run on X-Men where he like redefined a lot of the things with the characters and like put in their place in the Marvel world. So I wonder if he touched on Gambit at all. It'd be interesting just to see if he did. He's always fun, but
Yeah.
I think
And he's such a great author.
Oh, absolutely. He's I told you guys that he's doing a Wolverine book come August.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. So it's him and then Greg Capullo, who did the Court of Owls story for Batman, the artist.
Nice.
So like the two of them together working on Wolverine, like I'm so excited.
It's gonna be amazing.
Ooh, yeah.
But no, let's get back to it. So I think my favorite of these three were the ones where Gambit was kind of chilling at the X mansion and like trying to get the disc out of Rogue's room.
Yeah. It's kind of a scummy move, but it makes sense for the character. He was trying to cover up his screw up.
Yeah, but I feel like what I liked about it the most was like seeing him interact with like the younger characters. Like I think that's really cool how they.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I actually took a note from a panel that was in that issue, and it was one of my favorite lines that I've like ever heard him say. Where like he was talking about like they were like, oh well, how do you deal with like a telepath? Like how do you deal with people like? Yeah, I'm like I saved that line. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Kid, you've got 14 years. You're 14 years old with the complexion of a deep dish pizza and the social skills of motel wallpaper. You got hormones coursing through your system that give you R-rated idea every 14.2 seconds. And I'm guessing it's even more frequent when you're around a couple of well-built ladies who are practically overflowing out of their skin-tight spandex. Trust me,
so
at least two. The last thing those two want is a peek inside your heads.
That was awesome. The whole scene with Blob getting his suit burnt off.
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't want to see inside Remy's mind was fantastic.
I really did appreciate that because like I thought like when they first like when Frost and the other one kind of saw him and they were just like, oh, you're such a terrible, like you're disgusting, and I was like, oh, are they making him be sleazy again? And it's like, no, he's just being a fuck, and that's hilarious.
Absolutely. It was so good.
It was perfect. Because I thought the same thing you thought, Shane. I was like, oh, he's being a sleazy slut, like. But nope. He being Gambit.
Being Gambit.
Just being Gambit.
Yeah. You know what I thought the art choice for Rogue was really good.
Yeah, I like that a hell of a lot more than the art choice they made for Gambit. Like I really was not a fan of the
The
character
news.
design
Yeah,
they made for him.
agreed. But like Rogue worked really well, and like
Yeah.
I think it's probably my favorite design for her. Like, look, the '90s jacket is like iconic, but like
Oh yeah.
the new look was cool. Hell, she even rocked Gambit's jacket better than he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was really, really worried it was gonna end with some like nonsense because like, the entire time we're reading this, I'm like, oh my god, this poor dude cannot catch a break.
Nope.
And like in the end, she was like, "Oh, I found the chocolates and the flowers you gave me. That was really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." I did not want any bullshit to happen to the two of them. Like that was nice.
Dude, Ginny needs to like get the
Chill the
fuck
fuck out.
out. Yeah,
Well,
like if she's
I like how he gave her the like the number for that
Oh,
voodoo
voodoo.
brother or whatever his name was.
Yeah, and he was
I
like,
was
"Oh
like,
yeah,
go
his
chase
marital
some other
status is
dude.
simple."
yeah, no, that was perfect. Um, I and then now we're back in New Orleans. Belladonna showing up. I thought that was a nice full circle for us since we read the other
hmm
The
Gambit
very
book.
beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Um,
was really cool to see that happen.
And it was nice that like so there was a part about that that I liked and part that I didn't like. The part that I liked was very much that like when Gambit was telling her like, "Hey, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just looking out for you." And like it turned out that that guy like also had a girlfriend and she was just like, "Oh, Remy, you were telling the truth." He's like, "See, I'm just sad that I was right." He's like, "I want you to be happy. I want you to be like successful. I don't
Yeah.
want you to have to deal with BS." Like
I
that
mean,
was nice of him to do
he
that.
did love Belladonna, you know, like
Mhm.
that was his first love. So it's good to see him actually full circle and do that. Yeah, I agree
yeah.
with that.
It shows he's not like a total sleaze. Like he's
Yeah,
got feelings for people, and he just doesn't see her as like a gorgeous woman, but more like an individual that he respects, and he's like trying to look out for her no matter what.
yeah.
Exactly. And like the part that I didn't like was when they were eating dinner and he was trying to tell her everything and she like smacked him and he was just like, "Oh, we were about to kiss." And it's like, Remy, my guy, no,
Oh
stop it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you,
like
you need to
You
not.
never learn. Like,
Well, he is a playboy at the end of the day, you know. Like
yeah. No, well,
as much as I love the character Rogue, you know, he is still Remy the playboy. So
I look at it this way: like the Marvel comics, man, they always have these characters with flaws. Like,
yep.
Mhm.
and that's always refreshing. Like, it's like yeah, you can have like DC can have Superman flying around, but like he doesn't feel like a person all the time, and I think
No, he's
that's
a
really
god almost.
right. Like DC Comics, the Justice Leagues are gods amongst men, where like you get characters like the X Men and the Avengers, and a lot of them are very human, and they make mistakes, and they have trouble, and that's the best part about it. And I think that's something this book did really well. It shows
Yeah,
Gambit's flaws.
I agree with that 100%.
I gotta say, like one of my favorite moments out of this, was and just to jump around a little bit when he was dealing with the police detective who was trying to do all of those really awful things and in the end like he didn't hurt her, he didn't do anything, he just put her in the back of the bus, tied up with all the weapons with a sticker on her that just said "I'm guilty."
Dude, she really went off the handle there at the
She
end.
did, yeah.
I was like, holy shit, Tanaka! Like, what the fuck?
She
I'm
went
glad
from
you said her name because I was like, oh, that's Yuri, not Yuri.
Yeah, yeah.
it's like
But
Yeah,
yeah,
she
yeah, she lost her shit at the end there. I mean, she even killed her partner.
Yeah, no, that was so insane.
yeah,
And like, she was in the interrogation with that one officer, And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I think the dude's name was Bandit." And she's like, "No, it was Gambit." And he's like, "No, it wasn't. It wasn't Gambit. Gambit saved us." And she's like, "No,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch the footage again. You don't know what you saw."
Yeah.
She lost it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, she went from corrupt to like straight up like I'm gonna nuke the city of New Orleans.
Yeah, really. If you think you can hit this card quick enough, or this trigger quick enough, I was like, yo, chick, chill.
Kill his mouse.
I also just thought that was funny that she was just like, "You can't do that," and Gambit's like, "You really don't know me, do you?" Like, yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Can and will.
Bam, there it is. It was so good.
And she's the cop who like got Ginny jealous to begin with, right? She like
Yeah,
kissed him.
that was her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the one, and when she was touching him, and he was just like, "Hey, stop touching me. I'm with somebody. Like, I don't want you doing that." And she just kept like touching him and doing shit. And
Red flags
Like-
all over the place.
Yeah.
what I thought was so wild is that like he even went to Ginny and like told her like, "This is not what happened," and she was like, "I don't believe you." And it's like, I don't care what you believe. You can
Get
believe
off your
whatever
little
you want, but it's
schoolgirl
a fact.
crush and
Yeah.
She was like,
And go
"Oh
after
yeah,
Voodoo Bro."
okay, we're good." And the next thing you know, she's like, "We're not good." She like apologizes to him for the rogue thing, and then she's like, "I'm gonna send it to Belladonna now." It's like, what the fuck?
no,
Like,
I kind of love that
don't.
scene that when Belladonna and Bandit walks in and she's watching the fucking video of Gambit.
And he's just like, "I didn't know we get those channels here."
It was such a great scene.
That was pretty good. Oh God, I
did
enjoyed
think
this
it was
a
really
lot.
funny.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Shane.
no, me too.
They were
You're
definitely a surprisingly good read. They got a lot better than originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were fun too.
I'm glad we read those.
Yeah, Shane, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're okay. It made me laugh when she was watching that and he made that comment of like, "I didn't know we get those channels," and she was like, "That's just my ex-husband." And like she wasn't even surprised. She was like, "This is just what he do."
Get this unmarked envelope, and it's Gambit's dick.
Cause gotta keep it classy.
That's right. Gotta keep it super classy, Gambit.
Okay, I hate to do this, but I lost you guys. I don't know where you went.
Oh, you're okay.
I'll go back. I got him. Go ahead, Shane.
I'll
Probably
I'll
pull
keep the
you
ads
forward
under control.
eventually.
But yeah, they turned out surprisingly good. I
Oh,
was
absolutely.
pretty happy with how they went.
Ads clear. And then did you guys have anything else you wanted to add to that one?
No, I think that summed the first and second
Oh, here we go.
up pretty good.
Yeah.
So the last one, there's a moment where they have this all heroes unite type of thing where they're like, there's 3 of us and a whole bunch of you, like, and did anyone else feel like that was overly corny and didn't really fit, or is that just me?
Yeah,
No,
kind of.
It felt a little cheesy. Like, yeah, I get that they were trying to do like a, we're all on the same side thing, and like, it just felt like it wasn't needed. Like, it was kind of out of character for the mob. Because, like, the mob initially, when Tanaka pulled up with all those, not Tanaka, but, like,
Bandit was like, I'm
Bandit,
in
thank you.
charge.
yeah,
And
he's
they're
like, "I'm in charge, you need to go after the Gambit." And they were like, "No, how about we just don't do that? That's a bad idea, boss."
Like, I thought Belladonna was in charge. What's going on here? And then next thing you know, Belladonna shows up and is like, "All right, wrap this up, guys." And they're like, "No, we're gonna kill you now." It's like,
Yeah,
what?
like that didn't. It felt like kind of a forced like, we got to make the heroes all be good together kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was, yeah. I just that was like the only part of the three I didn't really love. Um,
Yeah. I can
Mm-hmm.
understand that one.
but the rest of it, I thought this finished pretty strong. And then like it kind of like he kind of gets to leave New Orleans and he's off to other things. So it's like it felt like this author really had 12 issues in mind. He wrote all of it. It didn't feel like it was led longer than it was, and it also didn't feel like it was cut short. He had a really nice flow to
Yeah,
what he was doing.
his timing
Yeah.
was really good on it.
Absolutely. Um, which is, I'm sure, every writer kind of wants, you know? You don't really always get that option. Um, no. But if we don't have anything else to say about it, we can kind of talk about what we're doing next.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like a plan.
Cool.
What are you picking for us?
So, we're going to do some Frank Miller Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
However, our schedule is going to be a little weird in the next month or so. So what we're going to do, we're not going to do like a longer book like we typically would have.
Okay.
So we're just going to do Frank Miller, kind of like retconned and rewrote Daredevil's um, origin, and it's called The Man Without Fear. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the first season of the Netflix Daredevil show like pulls from this. Um,
I'm actually really excited for that because I think we talked about it before. I don't have much experience with the character other than those shows. So it's going to be actually kind of cool to get a little bit more information towards that character.
Yeah. And then, so we're just going to do that. And then I think later down the road, when I get back to my pick again, I might do more Daredevil just so we can continue it um,
Okay.
and break it up because it's a lot. He had a successful run on Daredevil, and it would probably be close to 60 issues altogether. Um, so we'll do the so this time around we'll do that prequel, like that origin story. Next time we'll do his run, and then the epilogue, which is Born Again. Um, I really wanted to read Born Again, but everything I read was saying you'll enjoy it, but you won't appreciate it if you don't read his entire run, because the things he
Gotcha.
does with the characters,
Okay.
and mostly Kingpin in Matt Murdock, like putting them against each other. Um, so yeah, I'm excited. Um, Remind me, Shane, are we able to do next week, or do we have to skip next week?
Let me just check the calendar because
Okay.
I have everything written down. So let's see. Next week is June.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, next week is fine. June 12th is the week that I can't. And then
Okay.
June 26th, I'll be hopefully at my new place with internet, but with, so that day I might not be able to play, but I could probably still record on
Okay.
the 26th.
Okay.
So we'll play it by ear then. Hopefully we can get it all done. So the next week we'll do the first three issues of The Man Without Fear, and
Gotcha.
then we'll finish it up the next time we record with just the last two, so that I'll be short. Um, and then we'll take a little hiatus while Shane, you get situated, and once you're ready, we'll come back with something from you.
Okay.
Sounds like a great plan.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that sounds
Well,
good. I'm looking forward to Daredevil.
me too. All right, well, I think that's it for our Gambit episode. But thank you, Al. I really do appreciate you bringing this
Yeah,
character to us.
that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can do more X-Men in the future, and really get a sense of those characters. Everybody knows the Avengers and stuff like that, but the X-Men have always been my favorite, so it's good to share them with somebody.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
one thing I ask you, as you're reading the Uncanny X-Men issues, because I know you're going through them, if you see a storyline that you're like, oh, we got to read this, take note so
Oh yeah, definitely.
we can go with you and go back and read that and experience that.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
All right, cool. All right, well, I think that is it for now. So everyone, have a good night.
Night, y'all.
Yeah. Take it easy.